behind the scenes and let Bronny learn a valuable lesson from that. Because it is a different thing. And I will say this as a person, there are probably 10,000 hours of me talking on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. I do not speak about women the same way that I speak about men, and people can feel however they want to. I do not speak about women the same way that I speak about men. I give women a lot more grace and space, a lot less jokes, and a lot less crude and harsh criticism, because anything that I can say can be taken and be misconstrued as me being sexist rather than it being me like constructive criticism.
No, of course.
So if you ever do hear me or see me criticize a woman on the internet, I personally felt like whatever happened was egregious. Gotcha. So I say that to say I'm sure and I believe Stephen A. has the same principles. So yes, my reaction to someone being publicly critical of my daughter would be different because I don't move in that manner. Versus when it comes to talking about men and entertainment and playing sports and basketball, and I'm critiquing them, and sometimes they got character flaws that we point out, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more harsher on them. Yes, I will be. And if those men want to see me in real life, cool. But I'm not gonna criticize someone's daughter and be on the internet trashing somebody's daughter, not expecting their father not to come after me. I'm more so expecting that man to come and confront me than his dad is to come and confront me. That's just my personal opinion on it.
That's cool. Okay, I'll take it.
Not to like get crazy, but I'm just saying I've said a lot of shit about thousands of people.
Listen. No,
but I really make it a point as someone that does media and as a journalist to not go and openly just try to attack women, because number one, you look weak when you do that. And number two, there's better ways, especially in a space where you see all these people all the time, to have those conversations that aren't public.
But I think that also, you know, and I guess like the thing that kind of, I'm thinking about the other side and how like men have, without boundaries, it has become a gateway into doing that very thing to women. You know what I mean? When it comes to like, you know what I mean? With no boundaries on how you speak to men and of men or anybody else, it has kind of, you know, gotten us to a point where like they will do that. And I think that's why you said, I'm going to make it a point as part of my ethos to not do that. Because you've seen that the average is, you know, disrespect or whatever, you know what I mean? So like, but again, like, I don't think that there's disagreement there. I'm, if anything, listening to what you said, and I'm kind of thinking about the other side. But I think all in all, you know, I think we
no, but that was a good, healthy conversation though.
No, no, listen.
I'm sure people gonna listen, be entertained by it.
Hey, listen, I think we both, you know, at the end of it, agreed that both of them crossed the line. I think that, you know, there, for some things to be gained, there's some things that are lost, you know what I mean? And I don't really see either one overwhelmingly getting a W out of this. So I agree with you in the sense of like, it wasn't worth it, because there's really nothing that anyone like gained from it. You know what I mean? So like, you know, like I agree with you. Like it wasn't overall, you know, was it worth it? God, no. It wasn't. Now I just give grace in a sense of like, okay, you don't pick how people respond, even with Stephen A. I hold him a little bit more accountable when it comes to his history, his trajectory, the things that he's done, and what he represents in the new era of, you know, Black people in media in pole positions. You know what I mean? I think, you know, like just as much as LeBron has accountability, I think that's the thing that like I didn't like lift up is like Stephen A. It has to hold Stephen A. more accountable. Not saying that like he could have controlled LeBron walking up. I'm talking about more so after the fact, you know what I mean? And like spiraling and going to the Kobe stuff and all, you know what I mean? I think that overall, you are still at the height, just like LeBron is at the height of his thing. And when you have two titans kind of going at it, you know what I mean? Like after the initial wrestling in the mud, don't then start mud wrestling. So you're right. You know what I mean? Like I'll give you that. You kind of like you got me on your side when it comes to just like the after effects and both of them kind of tweaking out a little bit.
Yeah, because like I'll put it this way, I would expect that of me, right? Because I've said numerous times on the internet, you know, there are people that look up to me and view me as a role model. And I tell them all the time, I am a very flawed individual. Do not look to me to be a role model, look past me and go above and beyond. And hopefully you can take my lessons and my failures and learn from them so that way you don't make the equal amount of mistakes. And it's not about me trying to like guide in the sense of like, oh, I'm taking control and being a role model. But like if you LeBron, you own a school. It's a lot of people that actually look up to you as a role model, and you acknowledge that you are a role model. Therefore, like there is some level of behavior at which you should skirt some of those lines. Like I don't expect you to live the same life that I lead, because you are someone that acknowledges that you are a role model and a leader in your space where you are trying to help and improve and help and people to be better and improve. So even beyond the words that were spoken, right? I would hope that you as Dion, the person that acknowledges that he's a role model and a leader in the space, will be able to give your son a better lesson than like, yo, let's just go sling in the mud. And that's not me to diminish you as a parent, because we all know LeBron is an excellent father. We all know LeBron is an excellent father because he didn't have a father. His children are very successful, very smart. 2 kids enrolled in college. Daughter is young, doing her thing. Seems to be very smart and intelligent, right? So it's not about questioning, is LeBron a good father? It's questioning, is the role model that is LeBron the father being the proper role model? And that's really what it boils down to, because it's just a different level of responsibility. Like some niggas is just happen to be superheroes. And my favorite superhero movie is Spider-Man 2, because that's the movie where he really wrestled with like, yo, I don't want to be Spider-Man. I hate this shit. My uncle got killed. My girlfriend gone. I can't hang out with my aunt. And like the darkness is taking over me, all that shit weighing on me. And he literally, it's a scene where he's in that movie and he's sitting on the bed and he looks at just off in the distance. And he says something to the effect of like, am I supposed to do what I'm supposed to do, or am I supposed to be happy? And then I think he got a call that Mary Jane got kidnapped or something like that, right? Yeah. So immediately, like, him as Peter Parker can't affect Mary Jane getting kidnapped, but him as Spider-Man can affect that. But if he puts on that suit as Spider-Man, he got to live and die with everything that's going to come with him being Spider-Man, even though he wants to be happy as Peter Parker. And to me, I think that's sometimes what LeBron wrestles with, when in reality, he's always going to be Spider-Man. That's why in the last episode, I told you, to me, I like the Peter Parker story better, because like, that's the shit that he really wrestling with. Like when he not LeBron, what is he like? And that's really more so the thought.